Today we are going to learn how to do conversions. So here are a few common conversions that you might need to know as you go through this section. 1 mile equals 5,280 feet. That's 5,280 feet. 1 foot equals 12 inches. 1 yard equals 3 feet. 1 day equals 24 hours. And 1 hour equals 60 minutes. In 1 minute there are 60 seconds. $1 has 100 pennies. 1 ton is 2,000 pounds. 1 pound equals 16 ounces. 1 meter is 100 centimeters. 1 meter is 10 millimeters. And 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters. And for this part down here, more of your steps, we're first going to write beginning measurement as a fraction over 1. So write beginning measurement as a fraction over 1. Then we're going to cancel out units until you get desired unit. Okay, so for example, our first example we're going to convert 2 miles to inches. So if we want to go from miles to inches, we are going to start off with our 2 miles and put it over 1, just like it set up there. And we have a conversion that goes from miles to feet. And if miles are on top, we're going to want to cancel it out. So we need to do the opposite on top and make sure miles is on the bottom and feet is going to be on the top, because we know 1 mile equals 5,280 feet. That is from our conversion that we just filled in right above. 1 mile equals 5,280 feet. And since we had feet or miles on top, we now are able to cancel them out since it was on the bottom. But we don't want feet, we want inches. So we know also that, and instead of equal sign, so it should be multiplication. I apologize for that. We're also going to make sure feet is on the bottom, and we can go directly from feet to inches, because 1 foot is 12 inches. And again, since foot was originally on top, we needed the foot for our units to be on the bottom so that we can cancel them out. And then all you have to do is multiply across on top and bottom. And so we know that 2 times 5,280 times 12 equals 126,720 inches. And 1 times 1 times 1 is just 1, and you don't need to put it over 1. So this would be our final answer. So basically you start out with what you're given, 2 miles over 1, and you're going to write units, because you're allowed to multiply by 1, and anything divided by itself is 1. So since 5,280 feet equal 1 mile, they're the same thing, and we're allowed to multiply by 1, and it doesn't change anything. So we can set it up that way. Let's do B. Convert 12 yards to inches. So again, you start with your 12 yards over 1, and you're going to be multiplying, and again we try to get to inches. We can't get directly to yards or to inches first. We do know that 1 yard is 3 feet. And since yard was again on top, we're going to have to be able to cancel it out by putting it on the bottom. And now we're in feet, but we don't want feet, we want inches. So since feet is on the top, to get rid of feet, we put it on the bottom, and we want to end up with inches. And let's think, how many inches are in 1 foot? Well, 12 inches in 1 foot. And now we're to inches. The feet cancel out because there's one on the top, one on the bottom. And now you multiply 12 times 3 times 12 to get 432 inches. And 1 times 1 times 1 just would be over 1, so this is your final answer. Okay, flip to the back side of your page. And we're going to do 3 more problems. Here we go. So we're going to convert 60 seconds into days. 60 seconds into days. We don't know a measurement to go directly there, but we always start off with our 60 seconds over 1, and we'll be multiplying by something. Okay, we can't go directly there right off, but we know that we're going to be using seconds on the bottom, because we're going to be able to cross those off. And let's see, what do we know? Oh, we know that there are 60 seconds in 1 minute, and that's getting us closer to days. We're not there yet, but we're getting closer. And then, oh, we know how many minutes are in an hour. So since minutes was originally on top, we'll be able to cross it out when it's on the bottom. In an hour, and there's 60 minutes in 1 hour. And we're not quite to days yet, but we do know how many hours there are in 1 day. So we'll make it with the next one. Think about how many hours are in 1 day. Oh, hey, it's 24 hours in 1 day. And since we're to days and we're able to cross out the hours, the minutes, we've already crossed out the seconds, all the units are gone except days, which is what we wanted. Now you multiply across the top, so 60 times 1 times 1 times 1 will give you 60 on the top, and 1 times 60 times 60 times 24 equals 86,400 from the bottom. That when you solve that, you can get a decimal, and you can actually, it'll be in scientific notation on your calculator. So we can just put it as 6.94 times 10 to the negative 4th days is our label. And the scientific notation is okay in this case. Okay, let's go on to D. We're starting with 3.125 feet over 1, and we want to go to inches. And we do actually know how many inches are in a foot, so we can go straight there. Since foot's on top, we want to put it on the bottom because they'll cancel out. So let's see, how many inches are in a foot? Well, 12 in 1 foot. So that when you multiply, you have 3.125 times 12 is actually 37.5. 1 times 1 is 1, so we have 37.5 inches. And then let's just look at one more today, and then you can start your homework. So we have 96,000 ounces, which we always put as OZ, if you've seen that before, over 1, and we want to go to tons. We don't know how many ounces are in a ton, but we do know how many ounces are in a pound. So if we put ounces, pound is LB, 16 ounces in 1 pound. And we do know how many pounds are in a ton, so that's going to get us there. We crossed off the ounces, one on top, one on the bottom. And we do know how many pounds are in a ton. Since pounds are on top, we want to make sure to be able to cancel them out by putting it on the bottom. And it's actually 2,000 pounds are in 1 ton. And now we're there. We're to tons. That's the unit we wanted to go to. And so now we take 96,000 times 1 is 96,000. And you take 1 times 16 times 2,000 to get you 32,000. And once you divide that, you will get 3 tons. And it comes out to be a really nice number. This is how you convert with 1 unit. We'll learn how to convert with 2 units another time.